A very good afternoon, everyone. So it's the last session, so I'll be try to make it a bit quick. But yeah, very good afternoon, and thanks a lot to IMexI for giving an opportunity to present the decarbonization journey for ITC Foods Business Division. So before starting, the main theme of this presentation is that while we were doing our decarbonization journey, we thought how, as a business, ITC Foods business, how we can decouple our growth story with the environmental and the societal impacts that we have. So that was the main thinking behind doing all the projects and taking all this journey. So I'll start with the presentation. So a bit about our company. I think this was earlier covered by my colleagues in ITC. I'll just talk in brief about this. So we are present in all three sectors: primary, secondary, and tertiary sectors, and well into these sectors, have been in these sectors for a long time now and contributing to the national growth. We have created a lot of brands. These are home-known brands. We are reaching every household now. You can see we have in Atta, we are in biscuits, we are in PC, we are in papers, we are in agarbatti, and the personal care business as well. So a lot of businesses, I think, I may have missed out some, but we are there in every household now, and we are there in a lot of businesses. This is a bit about our journey. We have expanded from Atta. We have expanded into noodles. We have expanded into potato chips, finger snacks, beverages. And the more interesting thing now is we are taking consumer insights, and we are now moving into more healthier product portfolios as well. So you may find products like Right Shift, which are coming in the market. So would like if you all can give a try to that. So we are moving into a more healthier product portfolio as well these days. So now talking about why, the why about sustainability and the risks that there are there in the world and the opportunities that come along the way. So now the report that you see, the screenshot that I've taken, this is a report by World Economic Forum. Now every year this report has been done. And I've been, as a sustainability expert, I have been studying these reports, from the last 2-3 years. I can guarantee you that risks related to environment have been growing in magnitude, they have been growing in numbers, and they have been raised as a key risk by the scientists in IPCC, which is the apex body that drives the climate change narrative. So if you can see, there are 2 risks in the next 2 years, which are coming in the top 10, which are environmental risks. But if you look at the next 10 years, right, there are a lot of environmental risks that may affect us as an organization, that will affect everyone in the coming future. So what do we do that, right? There is a risk, right? But there are opportunities as well. We don't want to lose business continuity because there are risks. So there are opportunities, and ITC as a company, we are a company which have been an exemplar in sustainability. We have been practicing sustainability long before this was a norm. So what you see on the deck right now is ITC Next Strategy. It is nothing but a strategy to drive the next decade of growth at ITC. And if you can see, there are major, these pillars are nothing but the drivers of our growth. We have, innovation and R&D as a major pillar, supply chain, building resilient and agile supply chains, especially in the FMCG sector, is one of the most important levers. Digital, a lot of been spoken about digital, and I think ITC also is in a race to be, at the forefront in digital. The next very important pillar that I'm going to talk about is sustainability 2.0. So we have adopted a framework for sustainability. We believe that as a company, we will build climate resilience. We will make sustainability as an integral part of our DNA. We will offer our consumers more sustainable products that will drive further growth for us. We will create brands that are not just talking about the smaller circle. We'll build purpose-led brands. So that is how we'll embed sustainability in our whole business divisions. So talking about the targets. Now sustainability goals are very wide at ITC. The targets that you see on the screen are the targets which are applicable to a manufacturing location. So what are these targets? ITC targets that by 2030, 50% of the energy that we consume should come from renewable sources. 100% of the electricity that we purchase should come from renewable sources. We'll reduce our we'll reduce our emissions, GHG emissions, greenhouse gas emissions, by 50% by 2030. will improve our energy efficiency and drive that and reduce 30% from the baseline of 2018-19. Also, there's a target on water. We focus on that as well. We'll reduce 40% of our water consumption by 2030. Now, if we in today's context, we will be going through these three targets, how we have impacted these, and what are the results through our decarbonization journey. So decarbonization, talking about that, when we think about decarbonization at ITC, it's a two-pillar strategy for us. The first pillar is switch to renewable sources of energy wherever possible, whether it is electricity, whether it is fossil fuels that we are consuming. Find alternatives wherever possible, find alternatives to the fuels, find alternative to the electricity sources by whatever means. Second is driving energy efficient practices. So a lot have been talked about the digital, a lot have been talked about excellence as well. A lot of these efforts help us improve our energy efficiency practices. So this is just an analogy that I would like to mention, how we think. So renewable energy is nothing but our engine, while energy efficiency practices are steering wheels. So together these two pillars are combined to become the vehicle of our transformation, which I'll show in a bit. So first, I'll talk about how we have switched from electricity to renewable sources. And in the second part, I'll try to show how we have switched from fossil fuels to more sustainable fuels and how we are continuing that journey. So I'll start with the first part. So renewable power strategy, very simple in case. We want to maximize our rooftop solar wherever possible in whichever factory. We'll maximize that depending on the regulations in that state, which are very complex these days. The second thing is we'll try to find avenues wherever in offsite, how much of capacity of solar we can install to maximize the renewable power sources. ITC believes that you should have skin in the game, you should build the capex, you should install the solar plants by yourself so that you get the physical delivery of the solar or the wind power plants that you are building. So that is the main goal behind building this. So this is a quick snapshot of how we have progressed. So if you look, our journey started back in 2017. We were at 0.5 megawatt peak of solar installation. We have grown, by 2019 we had grown to 6.7. But there was huge projects in 2021. We had grown to 28.2 megawatt. Right now when I'm speaking, in 2025, we have almost installed 52 megawatts of on-site and off-site solar power plants in the entire country. So we have 13 manufacturing locations in different parts of the country. We have on-site solar at almost all of our factories. And in some locations where the regulations are favorable, we have also built off-site solar. So happy to inform that as of now, 42% of the energy of the the electricity that we consume comes from the green energy, which is solar and wind. So this has been our journey in terms of solar and wind power plants. I have a short video which I would like to display. So this is 14 megawatt So as I speak, two of our factories in Trichy and two factories in Mysore and Malur, because of this offsite, they are almost 100% running on green electricity. So moving towards RE100. So some of the glimpses that I would like to show. So in Kapurthala, in Khurda, Medak. So these are some offsites, and the 14.5 megawatt that I showed in Madhugiri. So this is one unique structure. So we didn't even leave the carport. I think we installed there also. So that is the strategy of maximizing the rooftop. So again, let's be honest, this was not a very straightforward journey. Each state came with its own challenges. I've mentioned those challenges state-wise. Somewhere the banking was not allowed. There were peak hour restrictions somewhere, time of the day restrictions, then contract demand restrictions. So our team has worked, with the regulators. They have done a lot of policy advocacy. They have influenced a lot in this particular space to remove these obstacles and, maximize the solar capacity in different plants. So this has been a journey, not been an easy one, but, working in policy advocacy and all has made this possible. Now, first part was of electricity. The second part is thermal. So as you can see, we manufacture a lot of products. I've mentioned a few products which consume a lot of fossil fuels, which used to consume a lot of fossil fuels. Noodles, PC is nothing but the potato chips. FS is your finger snacks. Then we have your beverages and biscuits. So except biscuits, we have been able to crack the code for all of our products. Wherever we used to have furnace oil, we have been able to switch it to biomass boilers. So we're using briquettes basically, which is 100% clean. So if I compare the thermal part, the noodles, the PC and FS, wherever we are manufacturing, we are trying to have at least 95% of that particular energy as green energy. Biscuits there's a problem. We are running on ovens as of now. So we are also finding solutions for that. We are looking for alternatives like compressed biogas and electric ovens. But that is a distant reality as of now. But yeah, for other products, we have cracked the code. So this is the journey. If I talk about the biomass boilers, so as you can see in 2018, there was only one biomass boiler that we had. We scaled up to almost 7 biomass boilers by 2024. And happy to announce that if I compare the thermal part, 64% of our thermal energy comes from the biomass. So it's a big achievement in the last 6 years that we have done. So these are some glimpses we have in Haridwar, Panchra, Kapurthala, some of the glimpses of biomass boilers. Now, I talked about the engine. The second part is the steering, right? The energy efficiency initiatives. So I've just collated some initiatives from the last 1 or 2 years, some major initiatives. So we have been able to, reduce our emissions by 1,200 tons through these energy efficiency initiatives. Some of the major has been, using additives in biomass boilers, and then using Industry 4 initiatives in one of our sites for driving smart HVAC systems. So this is about scope 1 and 2 emissions, which are majorly under our control. We as an organization also have focused how we can target the scope 3 emissions. So if you look at the initiative number 1, substitution of palm oil with bran oil. So wherever possible, without affecting the texture, the product quality, as well as the product taste, we have been able to substitute the palm oil with the more less emissive rice bran oil, which can be readily available in India and which has not to be brought from Malaysia and other countries. And we are progressing in that journey as well. The other area is we have a lot of volumes in our contract manufacturing units. So we are trying to, whatever knowledge we have gained through our solar and biomass journey, we are trying to include them as well in that particular journey. So you can see with the constant engagement with our CMUs, we have been able to increase their renewable power. So initially we had, only 8 CMUs with solar and wind. Now this has increased to 14. And also I think the power percentage has gone up from 7 to 13% in the last 2-3 years. So the final slide, which is nothing but the results. So initially I talked about decoupling growth with the environmental impacts. So this slide truly summarizes that. If you look at the graph number 1, our production has gone up by 120% in the last 6 years. But still, our RE share has gone up by 90%. Our RE power share has gone up by 51%. The specific energy, which is nothing but energy that we consume per ton, has gone down by 29% in the last 6 years. Our emissions per ton has reduced by almost 50%. And scope 1 emissions, which is nothing but the fossil fuel emissions, there has been an absolute decline in that. So I'm not talking about per ton, but there has been an absolute decline because of the installation of biomass boilers. So a few key learnings. I think integrated pathways work best. RE plus thermal RE plus efficiency, it beats any single interventions. So there has to be a combination of all 3 in order to drive a larger impact. Policy advocacy, as I have emphasized, it's very essential. Also supply chain alignment. So once we have done decarbonization in our own operations, a lot of emissions lies in our value chain. So that's something that we have to be careful about, and that's what we are working on. The last thing is technology will unlock the next leap. I think AI, automation and Industry 4 initiatives will unlock the next level of decarbonization for us. In conclusion, I would like to say that ITC's decarbonization journey till now, it has been a story of ambition. It has been backed by rigorous action by the team and determination, because policy change would not have been possible without this determination. We believe that sustainable growth is possible and also scalable, replicable and profitable. So yeah, thanks a lot.
Take some questions from the jury.
Yes.
More than 60% usage of biomass.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So why not all 100%? I mean, is the availability problem or what is the problem?
So there are two levels of problem. So first is in some of the sites where we have single lines, like where we have only potato chips. The ROI is not working out for having a separate biomass boiler. So what we do is we do integrated planning. We take into account the lines that are coming in the next 2-3 years. So if there is a noodles production line coming in that particular factory, then installation of a biomass boiler there makes sense. That is one reason. Second reason is, as I mentioned, for biscuits. Wherever we manufacture biscuits, we have not been able to switch from LPG to any other green fuel. Now there are some technical challenges. We have explored compressed biogas, but the price of CBG is a bit lower than LPG, but that ROI is not coming for changing. So we need to change our systems inside. So there is around 80 lakh to 1 crore of cost for that. But that ROI is not coming with the volumes that we have currently. So what we are exploring, sir, is if we have to retire our current ovens, can we switch to electric ovens then? So that is something that we are exploring. So our teams have went to different countries. They have seen systems in different countries. And it seems that the technological feasibility is there. But I think what we are waiting for is when will the ROI be right and when the time will be right for this particular switch. So it's because of the biscuits, I think the less of 36% is not coming out of the 100.
One more question. These losses, I mean, whenever you are going for biomass or any kind of fuel for running the boilers and all, this efficiency, what you are talking is after all the leakages are arrested, or there are some leakages still in the system?
Sir, losses are there. So that's why I think the energy efficiency part that I was talking about. So initially when we installed the biomass boilers, the utilization was around 50% to 60%. So now with energy efficiency initiatives like biomass additives that we have been able to test. So the efficiency and utilization of the biomass boilers have gone up in the last few years. So they are now running at almost 80-85% of utilization.
Thank you.
Do you have any plan to actually sell the electricity, whatever you are generating, to some electricity boards or governments also?
So right now, sir, when we would be at a curve when we have RE100 ourselves, then I think there would be a plan to enter the CCTS market that is currently getting formed in India and then sell off. As of now, sir, we are trying to have RE of our own first, because the governance system at ITC is that whenever an offsite solar is designed, it is designed for multiple divisions. So if foods has utilized 100% of it, it is then allocated to the other division there. So that's how it works. But yeah, I think we would in the future would have the plans to, if we have the excess amount of solar, we would definitely be in the CCTS market, the carbon trading market, and sell off this excess credits that we have.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks a lot.